There's a mosquito right in front of my window and it's throwing itself against the window. And I'm kind of going crazy, but it's fine. Hi guys, so today I'm gonna be doing the book questions tag because I've always wanted to do this. And I was looking for a coffee tag, but apparently that doesn't exist. Only books and coffee, and the questions were very weird. So today I'm gonna be doing the book tag question tag. These are, I'm reading them on my laptop because, as you know, I don't have a camera. It has 20 questions. I'm reading them from someone on Goodreads, so let's get started. First question is, how many books is too many books in a book series? The longest book series I've ever read was After, with 4. Actually 5. The before part, so the 5th book, is not really a part of the series of this. Well, it is actually. So I guess 5, but I think more than 5 is too much because it gets a bit tiring and it kind of repeats itself all over again, especially with After. I love After, but there were happening so many things and so many things just kept repeating and repeating, and I think 6 books is too much, or 5 books. I'm fine with a 4 book series, but more than 4 or 5 is a little too much, so yeah. How do you feel about cliffhangers? So I do really like them because, especially with After and different books I've read, I've always looked forward to cliffhangers because then it gets me excited to read the second book, and not like an ending where the next book is about the best friend of someone, because I don't like that. I just want to read their story. So I do really like cliffhangers. It gets me motivated to get the second part of the book or the third part, and yeah, I do really like them. Hard copy or paperback, I don't really care. Favorite book? Okay, let me see. I don't have one favorite book. I changed my mind after reading this one book. I've talked about it so many times, but I have 2 favorite books now. First, it's After, the first part, and then It Only Happens in the Movies. I've talked about this so many times. I can't, it's getting annoying. I'm sorry, but I didn't think I would like this so much. Well, I did, because the guy's name is Harry. These 2 books here, After and It Only Happens in the Movies. Least favorite book? Well, it's a family show. Okay, I got one. I love this author, but she did not a good job on this here. Nothing More by hannaahcth. This book is about Landon Gibson, the best friend of Tessa, and here it's just basically his story, and his story is so extremely boring. He's got such a boring life, and his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend is a weirdo psychopath. I don't know what's wrong with her, but she's just so extremely annoying, and I literally screamed at this book while reading what's her name? Dakota? Yes, his ex-girlfriend Dakota. I literally had to scream at this book because I couldn't make up my mind why she would say those things. So, and also the second book, I didn't really finish it. I read maybe like this much. We Were Liars. I can't really talk about it that negatively because I didn't finish reading it, but already the first sentences of this book are so extremely strange, and it reminds me of a Tumblr quote. I used to be blonde, but now my hair is black. I used to be strong, but now I'm weak. I used to be pretty, but now I look sick. I don't know, it reminds me of these 14-year-old Tumblr girls that love quotes, so I don't like these books. Love triangles, yes or no? What is a love triangle? Let me Google it. What is a love triangle? A love triangle is usually a romantic relationship involving 3 people. No, don't like that. It's annoying. I scream at my book, and no, don't like triangles. The most recent book you just couldn't finish. Wait, because I didn't like it? Or because it was too sad? I get many books that I didn't finish because I always start to read and then I kind of don't want to read it anymore. So it's this book here. It's called 1948. It's about this Israeli guy that experiences the process between the Palestinians and the Israelis, how the Israelis take over the Palestinian... I don't know how you pronounce it. Wait, let me take a moment. Palestinian. Okay, so this book is about this guy who witnesses how the Israelis take over the Palestinians part. Yeah, I hope this made sense. And it's written so extremely boring. And I just feel like it doesn't have a beginning and doesn't have an end really. I feel like the writer just wrote everything down and didn't go over it because there's no break. I've literally only read 22 pages and I couldn't take it anymore because it was so much information. I don't think I'm gonna continue reading this, but if I do, then I'll let you know how it ended. A book you're currently reading. Okay, where is it? It's by Colleen Hoover. I don't know the English title. It's this romance between Miles and Tate that meet in San Francisco when Tate moves to her brother's flat and his roommate or neighbor is Miles. And Miles and Tate's brother are friends, so they meet when he was really drunk and he was crying. Miles is supposed to be this mysterious guy that is not very friendly and Tate falls in love with him anyway, so gotta love these books. Yeah, that's what I'm currently reading. It's actually quite good. I'm only on page 42, but I'm excited what's coming next. Last book you recommended to someone. Probably all of the After books by hannaahcth. I recommended them to my friend. The most current friend I recommended it to was one of my friends, and she's obsessed with this series now, and I know you're watching this and I know that you know that I'm talking about you, so I'm pretty proud of myself that I kind of made her love the books. Actually today is the day where hannaahcth reveals who Tessa is going to play, because the actual role of Tessa was Julia Tellers or something, but she had to cancel the role because of scheduling issues, and now Josephine Langford is most likely to play the role, and I'm so excited if she's going to be Tessa because I can picture as Tessa so well. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. But yeah, these are the books I recommended to. I have another book that I recommended to my other friend recently. It's this series, the Rock My World series. It's a bit cringe sometimes, but the After series and the Rock My World series. Oldest book you've read. Publication date. And that must be Pride and Prejudice. I don't know when it was released. It was released in 1813. That's a long ass time, so this is probably the oldest book I've read. Newest book you've read. I think it's actually my new favorite book. It only happens in the movies. It was released last year in October 2017. I don't think I have a newer book that was released earlier, so yeah. Favorite author. I have to say hannaahcth because she was the first author that I loved, and she kind of got me into reading again when I was 16. So because before that I didn't really read anymore. I did read as a child, but then I stopped, and then I discovered the After books, and then I started reading again. So I'm very thankful for hannaahcth's books, so I have to say hannaahcth. Buying books or borrowing books. I prefer buying books, even though it gets really expensive, but I just love how I buy the books and then I can put them into my shelf, and then my shelf keeps filling up more, but I don't have money all the time. So when I really want to read new books, then I go to the library. That's what I did when I wanted to read these two books by Colleen Hoover. But yeah, I prefer buying books. A book you dislike that everyone else seemed to love. Don't think I have a book that I dislike, but there's one book that I'm not really fond of. It's Me Before You. I don't dislike it, but it wasn't the most interesting book I've ever read because a lot of the things, the author's story was so extremely long, but I still liked it. So bookmarks or dog ears? Who uses dog ears to mark a page in a book? I prefer bookmarks. A book you can always reread. I have to say after, because I reread it all the time. Can you read while hearing music? It depends. Normally I can't when someone sings in the music, but when it's, for example, like a study playlist. Wait, I can show you. I use this playlist on Spotify to study and also calm myself down when I get anxious. It's here. I could fall asleep by hearing that. Yeah, I use this app. So yes, I can read while reading. I can read while listening to music, but only when it's like background music. One point of view or multiple point of views. Multiple, but I like it when authors have the point of view of the female and the male when they are in a relationship, and then you can see both of their kind of thoughts. So I guess multiple, but not more than 2. Do you read a book in one sitting or over multiple days? Over multiple days. I admire everyone that can read a book in one day. I can't do that. It takes me so much effort to kind of start reading a book because I get distracted very easily and I get tired of reading very easily if I don't continue getting into the story, and especially when the beginning of the books are almost all the time very boring, and so it takes me quite a while to get into the book. I think it took me a week for It Only Happens in the Movies, or 1.5 weeks. So yeah. Who do you tag? I don't think a lot of people are gonna watch this video, but if you want to do this tag, then feel free to do so. I don't have any YouTube friends to tag, so I'm tagging people out there. So yeah, these were all of the questions. I hope you liked my video. If you did, that's great. Bye guys.